Hello, and welcome to Honest Philosophical Ramblings. And today I want to talk about the effects of TikTok on your brain. And some of you may be familiar with the term TikTok brain. So there's a few things that are going on here. But the first thing is that TikTok is designed to be addicting. You know, it's designed to be addicting. Scroll. And what that is doing is that is affecting your attention span. And even though that is making you stronger, you could say, to process information quicker, there's the other side of that, which also means that it affects your ability to be able to focus and concentrate in other regular life scenarios. And where this becomes concerning is in the growing population, in teenagers. So they have a brain that is they're still developing. And they have done studies where they have found out that TikTok is affecting the brain of teens with memory loss, but not only memory loss, but also depression and anxiety. With adults, it's not affecting their attention span as much because their brain is already developed. But basically, we are growing a generation of people that they are growing with a brain that is being reshaped to have less memory. And the other thing that social media and all of these fast bits of information are doing to your brain is that you're not learning how to gather information in a natural way. You're learning how to basically access information because everything is so readily available. And then when it comes to school and college, like I'm thinking, like these teenagers, if they go to university, how is their brain going to be different in terms of being able to access information through reading a textbook or studying for an exam? Like, that's something that we have yet to see because these kids are growing. So I think we're going to figure out the repercussions of this in not such a distant future. The other thing too, with the increase in depression, stress, and anxiety, I believe that a part of that is because your brain is like this dopamine system. Your brain has a whole bunch of different chemicals. And what TikTok is doing is it is releasing 3 different things in your brain. So it is releasing epinephrine. So let's say that you watch a video of like a scary spider or heights or something. When you're watching this video, you're releasing some of that. And it can also release serotonin. And so if you watch a sweet video of a fish in a pond or whatever, you're probably releasing some serotonin. And you're probably also releasing oxytocin. So if you watch, just to stick with the animal topic, a video of a rescue animal, or the rescue animal, it is then reunited with its mother, or whatever it is, you're probably releasing oxytocin. The other thing too is that all the constant scrolling, you're also releasing a lot of dopamine, which is, that pleasure hormone. And what happens is your brain is a balance, right? Your brain is a balance of pain and pleasure. And the more dopamine that you have all the time through scrolling through social media or eating junk food or watching porn or like whatever it is, all this constant release of dopamine is, what it's doing to your brain? It's causing it to fall out of balance. And you can see this. You have probably seen the resurgence of the ice baths. And there's a reason they're actually becoming popular once again. So if you start your day in an ice bath, you sit in an ice bath for however many minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and even though it's incredibly painful for that short period of time, that physical pain that you feel causes your brain to release dopamine for many hours into the day. So basically it's the pain and pleasure balance. And because of all the scrolling, then your brain is being balanced the other way. So you're releasing dopamine, all this dopamine all the time. And that is probably part of the reason of why there is an increase in depression and anxiety and stress, and not in a good way. So this video is more like I just wanted to talk about the effects of social media, but also like what can we do about it? And like if you're a parent, you should probably be on the lookout for how much time is your kid spending on the phone. Or if you yourself, whether you're a teen or an adult, you have to ask yourself, like, how much time are you spending on your phone? Are you scrolling through social media an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day? You have to ask yourself some of those things. And one of the best things you can do is just to dial back on your use of social media, because it's not good for you. And if you're in a state where you probably, if you do feel depressed or stressed, maybe social media has some part to do with that. Not even just the scrolling, because we can also talk about body image issues and comparison. You're comparing your life with everybody else's highlight reels. Like, there's so many layers to this, and that could possibly be part of the reason of why you're feeling stressed or down about your life. Because you're getting all this information, and it's creating a distorted view of your own life. So what I want to say is, like, if you're a parent, just be on the lookout for your kids, and if you yourself are struggling with social media, you can start to dial back. It's something that I've done myself. I started doing this maybe 3 years ago. Mind you, I still scroll through social media. But one of the big things that I did starting 3 years ago is I unfollowed everybody on my Facebook. I didn't delete them. My friends are still on my friends list. I just don't see their posts. So out of maybe like almost 1,000 people on my list, I only see the posts of like 10 people. And for the most part, I don't even see those that much either. So when I scroll through, I'm not seeing people's posts, I'm not seeing people's arguments, I'm not seeing people sharing articles on like this thing or that thing, or I'm not seeing any of those heated debates that I used to see, and that's been very healthy for me. And that's how I started. And what it also does is it makes my connections in person a lot more genuine, because when I hang out with my friends, I don't know what they've been up to. I don't know what they've been posting. I don't know what opinion they have on things. And then when I see them in person, I get to actually get to hear from them for the very first time. It's like, what have they been doing over the last 2 weeks, or over the last week, or if I haven't seen them in months, like, they'll tell me that what they've been up to in the last few months. And there's something really beautiful to that I found, just dialing back from social media. And if you have friends that are long distance, like, that's fine. Like, if you talk to them on the phone, or just message them directly, like, every now and then, and just hear it from them instead of through the posts. And you're gonna find with time that your connection with your friends will feel different. Like, we're so used to, being so connected through social media when seeing someone's post, but that's not real connection. And at this point, we all know it's not real connection. And I didn't realize how much more genuine my connections could be until I made that step. And at the time, it felt like a drastic step. Like, I'm gonna unfollow everybody on my Facebook and I'm not gonna see anybody's posts. It did feel that drastic at the time. But at the time, I knew that it was just causing me a lot of stress, just seeing everyone's posts. And this was also during COVID. And, when things were really polarized, and I just didn't want to see any of it anymore. And I haven't bothered to follow everybody back. And my connections are a lot more genuine. So I would say consider doing that for a few reasons. Not only taking a step back from social media to not put your brain in this constant disbalance, but also on the other side of that is just to see how your connections will improve. You won't notice it right away. I know I didn't. It took me a while for me to really notice, wow, like how my friendships have changed in a better and a deeper way. And I hope that that's something that can help you as well. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.